In the political history of the All Progressives Congress, APC, in Taraba State, one name stands out for resilience, patience, and commitment. Barrister Ibrahim Tukur El-Sudi.
I would describe El-Sudi as a very, very disciplined, very unassuming, very, very accommodating, receptive leader. We obviously enjoyed working with him.
Barrister Ibrahim Tukur El-Sudi yana daga cikin mutane da na rayu da su kuma ba zan taɓa mantawa da shi ba. A farko ba mai ƙyashi ba ne shi. El-Sudi bai da hasara, bai da ƙyashi, a na ƙasa ya samu. Sannan El-Sudi bai yarda da harka na cuwa-cuwa ba. El-Sudi mutum ne mai gaskiya, mai kamanta gaskiya.
He is really a good man. From our conversation with him before we got here, it was smooth. Such a humble man occupying a position like that, he actually is accommodating.
Barrister Tukur El-Sudi mutum ne wanda baya munafurci, kuma shi mai son jama'a ne.
Barrister Tukur Ibrahim El-Sudi is highly incorruptible. He has zero tolerance for corruption. He's a man of his words. He is straightforward. He does not say things to please people and do a different thing. Whatever you agree with him in secret is what he will do even in the public.
There was a convergence of opinion from spirited individuals in Taraba State who collectively sat down and thought it wise to approach me so that I will stand in for election at the Congress to become the chairman of APC. They saw me as a unifying force, that they should all converge behind me so that I become the state chairman of APC. That is sometimes in 2018.
From 2018 to March 2026, he served as chairman of the APC in Taraba State, becoming the longest-serving chairman of the party in the state. His leadership came at a challenging period, marked by internal divisions, intense political rivalry, and competition among influential political actors. Despite these pressures, Barrister El-Sudi remained focused on sustaining unity within the party.
The challenges of the APC was too enormous that it takes only the strong to survive leading such an organization.
He was a square peg in a square hole. Why? Because he was the right person for the right time at the right job when the APC was in crisis. You know, one thing with the politicians is that they have interests. People want to buy their way in whatever they do. And this is a man that stands for fairness, stands for equity, and stands for justice.
We fought to make sure he never came. Little did we know that his coming was the blessing of the party. You know, one thing I realized about the school is that he is carrying grace in his body. This is somebody that they will be starving him, beating him, hitting him, he's still standing.
A lot of people believe that he cannot handle the party. But unfortunately, he showed them that he's a man of timber and caliber. He performed incredibly well. Because when he came into the APC was in shambles. The candidates were at dagger drawn. It was very, very bad. Nobody was ready to listen to one another. But El-Sudi moving closely, working with perseverance, with ideas. And don't forget, he has this legal background. So he used that to mend the party, bring those warring factions together.
And when you have a party in which about 5 different people are contesting for governorship and they have the resources to recruit party supporters and talks, in some cases, we're able to disrupt party arrangements and organization. It can be quite a big challenge for any chairman of city. He faced that challenge very well. But we gave him all the support we could as as members of the executive.
Through patience, political experience, and commitment to dialogue, he maintained the party's structure at a time many believed it could collapse.
I am a founding member of this party, and I have worked with virtually all the APC state chairmen that the party has produced in Taraba State. But I must tell you this, one of the best of them, in fact, the best of them whom I've worked and enjoy working with and wish to work with is Barrister Tukur Ibrahim El-Sudi.
Maybe he was not the one that have come in as a party chairman at the right time. Maybe APC would have not been existing. So he coming in as a party chairman, he was very fair. People at times didn't stand with him. Why? Because he stands for truth. And as I earlier said, politicians always want to buy their way. They don't want you to favor them, or they want to entice you so that you do their bit. But it's someone that is incorruptible. He refused that. He stands by the truth. And it's a man that he stands by the truth even though he's standing alone. At the tail end, people will realize the truth and still come back to him.
El-Sudi ya riƙi wannan kamar riƙon garwashin wuta duk lokacin da ka riƙi jam'iyya a matsayin adawa jama'ar ta kowa barde ne, kowa yana ganin shi jagora ne. A wannan tsakanin El-Sudi namiji ne faran kadade. In wani ne wallahi hawan jini za ta kashe shi. Zai gude bar ladansa amma El-Sudi ya daure.
Well, I absorbed a lot of, a lot of things that were done, bashings, intimidations, harassment. I just swallowed those things. I absorbed them, and I was, palpably patient, and that is why I was able to carry people along. People who are not qualified to occupy a pigsty in your house or even in your office were the ones calling the shots. They were the ones abusing, the executives, particularly I, the chairman, and a lot of vituperations, on my personality and the office. But I endured and continued to carry everybody along. That was how I was able to survive it.
Well, he had a lot of challenges. A lot of people insulted him. A lot of people even tried to break the party in so many ways. But he stood his ground. If you run a rancorous party without a central head, like I said, in states where the governors are the leaders of the party, everything stops at the governor's table. But here, everybody's a government of his own under the chairman itself. So navigating those 8 years with those rancorous moments and situations is quite difficult.
His tenure will face a lot of challenge, which is stood on that individual. He fought the battle to the end and again his victory, and he's leaving the party with purpose, which is during his time that we're able to have a government.
Shi mai hakuri ne. Tafiyan nan ba yana da hakuri ba, da yanzu an ware ai. Yana da kokari sosai a wannan tafiyan shugabancin da muke.
The story of Barrister Ibrahim Tukur El-Sudi is not only about leadership within the political party. It is also a story of persistence and a political journey spanning more than 3 decades. He first ventured into politics in 1990 at the age of 26, contesting for the House of Representatives under the Social Democratic Party, SDP. Although unsuccessful, the experience marked the beginning of a long political career. He made further attempts in 1997 and 1998 under the United Nigeria Congress Party, UNCP, and the Grassroots Democratic Movement, GDM. Despite setbacks, he remained committed to public service. 16 years after entering politics, Barrister El-Sudi received his first major political appointment as special advisor on legal and legislative matters to Governor Giuliani. After earlier serving as assistant advisor on legal matters within the People's Democratic Party (PDP) state structure. He later served as secretary to the government of the state and subsequently as Commissioner for Justice and Attorney General of Taraba State. His persistence yielded electoral success in 2011 when he was elected to the House of Representatives representing Geshaka, Kurmi, and Sardauna Federal Constituency. In 2015, he joined the All Progressives Congress. 3 years later, in 2018, he was elected chairman of the party in Taraba State. At a time, the party required stability and strong leadership.
Ibrahim Tukur El-Sudi is a blessing, not only to Taraba, but to Nigeria as a whole. He's someone that has a very good track record. He's a social justice fellow and a fair political guru by nature. He was a House of Rep member from my constituency, and we know he rises through the ranks up to the position of the Secretary of State Government. This is a man that is guided by his profession of justice and fairness.
He would be in meetings, but then when you call to ask for questions, he responds. Such people are very rare to found. So I must say that he's indeed humble and a good man.
Because we go to him at any time. His door is open. We can batch him. The chairman will get to him and say, yes, I'm here to listen to you. And listen. So his door is open at any time, and he listens to us, especially women.
I've never seen someone who is so loyal to his job like Barrister Ibrahim Tukur El-Sudi. A very, very loyal party man.
Mun shiga jam'iyyar nan a cikin rikici ne, amma da ikon Allah ya sa da ya shigo ya daidaita lamarin.
Mutum ne ya san darajar ɗan adam, musamman mu mata ya san darajar mata. Duk wani abin da ya zo daga national da kaso mu a ciki, ko mun sani ko ba mu sani ba, zai iya kiran mu ya ce ku zo ku karɓi naku.
El-Sudi ya kawo 'yan takarkaru guda biyu na gwamna. Ƙarƙashin jagorancin shi Sani Abubakar Ɗanladi ya zo ya takara a ƙarƙashin jagorancin Barrister El-Sudi, Senator Dr. Emmanuel Bwacha shi ma ya zo ya takara. Dukkaninsu a taro, duk 'yan Taraba suna zaune. El-Sudi ya ƙalubalanci kowa a wurin. Yace na goyi bayan ku idan akwai wanda ya bani sisi in ya raga mini Allah ya isa. Har yau ba wanda ya ce ƙala a kai. Wannan gaskiya ita ta ajiye El-Sudi ya samu nisan kwana. Yau inda kundin tsarin mulkin jam'iyya ya ba shi dama ya ci gaba, wallahi da shi ne kan kujerar a yanzu haka.
He often tries as much as possible not to overblow himself. El-Sudi is not a kind of person, although he's human, he doesn't have a short fuse like other people who will just get angry and start reacting in a negative way. Sometimes he takes all this in calmly and allow time to solve the problem. And that is how all this is, we'll be able to navigate through all those areas and avoid, the pitfalls of arrogant politics.
Through dialogue, patience, and political experience, he maintained party cohesion despite internal pressures and competing interests. Gradually, the APC expanded its political influence across Taraba State.
You see, APC of yesteryears is not APC of today. Then APC was just an opposition party. So today, APC is a ruling party. Can't members of the APC appreciate how El-Sudi brought this party gradually up to this particular level? APC is now the most strongest institution politically in Taraba State. So he has done so much. That shows you his qualities.
His patience carried the day, because for him to survive 8 years running, sometimes some people say, well, they use other people to try to create factions within the party, but he stood his ground. So on that score, we say that he has done his best, and is obviously above average.
Wannan shine ake kira haƙuri. Duk wanda Bahaushe ya ce duk wanda ga ya haƙuri bai nasara ba, haƙurinsa ne yayi kaɗan. So hakurin El-Sudi bai yi kaɗan ba, shi sa ya haƙura ƙarshe ga abin da haƙuri ta zo ta haifar masa, ta haifar ma al'ummar APC a jihar Taraba.
I'm proud of the fact that we had a single APC without any, interference, without any other, faction. That's my singular, happiness about being an APC member. And one of my glad, moments in all the contests, we won. We had senators, we had, members of House of Representatives, and we had members of the House of Assembly. As at the time I left, we had one senator, although the other two from PDP have joined him, and we had 8 members out of 24. Wrestling this and getting this number from a state that is ruled by a political party for a long time is in fact a commendable effort. So I am happy and glad about that.
For 8 years, Barrister Ibrahim Tukur El-Sudi led the APC in Taraba State through crisis, transition, and political consolidation.
In the last 4 years, anytime there are primaries, and you find yourself in their primaries, you have a feeling the next 30 minutes you will be found dead. Those incidents were many, especially that 23 primary elections that we held here in Shield Hotel. And on that day, some rival party supporters were ready to kill El-Sudi that day. It was just sometimes because he says he had a very, very brief bodyguard who shot sporadically into the air to scare them. They were ready to track him down. Only God knows in the frenzy of those drunken mass situations what could happen.
A major political turning point occurred towards the end of his tenure when the sitting governor of Taraba State, alongside senators, members of the House of Representatives, members of the State Assembly, and 16 local government chairmen with their councillors joined the APC.
Having seen the programs and the policies of Mr. President, and then the stability of APC in Taraba State, that attracted the attention of the governor of Taraba State, Dr. Abu Kefas, and his lieutenants. Instead of joining some other political parties, they thought it wise to join the All Progressives Congress, which is, at the helm of affairs at the national level, and therefore to be in cohort, in consonance with the programs and policies of Mr. President and the relative stability in the state, they now decided to join APC. It is not my making alone. It is also due to the cooperation of the other executives.
Dalilin shugabanci shi ne yanzu muka samu gwamna ai. Shi ya jawo mana gwamna ya shigo APC. Ai da ba mu da kowa. Fatin a APC a Taraba dama kaman maraya ne. To kuma gashi sun kamo babban kifi. Mun samu gwamna a jam'iyyar APC na jihar Taraba, alhamdulillah.
The development significantly reshaped the political landscape of the state. By the time Barrister El-Sudi completed his tenure in March 2026, the APC had emerged as the ruling party in Taraba State.
Because if we had not been patient enough to have withered all this storm, the party today would have been three or four different factions. The fact that he held his breath, held his ground, and tried to cooperate and observe the insults and offenses and leave himself as a party. Glory to God.
His leadership represents a significant chapter in the transformation of the party in the state.
I'm happy. I am a fulfilled person. This is a sure bunker, a sure road to success by 2027. That 24 members of the House of Assembly are in APC. 6 members of House of Representatives are in APC. 3 senators are also in APC. It is a very commendable feat, and I know we are going to make it by 2027 by the grace of God. And that makes me happy, that makes me fulfilled.
Beyond state politics, he also served the nation in key national assignments, including chairman of the Governing Council of the Federal Polytechnic, Wanune, and chairman of the Environmental Health Council of Nigeria. Leadership is often measured not only by electoral victories, but by the ability to guide institutions through challenging periods. Over 8 years, Barrister El-Sudi steered the APC through one of its most critical phases, from internal crisis to political consolidation. As he handed over leadership in March 2026, the APC stood stronger than it was when he assumed office. His political journey reflects resilience, patience, and dedication to public service. In the political history of Taraba State, the leadership era of Barrister Ibrahim Tukur El-Sudi remains a defining chapter in the rise and transformation of the All Progressives Congress, APC.
If I had left APC in shambles, in a disarray, in a disorganized manner, I would have been a very sad person. But we thank God, today APC is in the hands of an experienced governor, an administrator par excellence, and luckily for us, a former administrator of a party, a former chairman of a political party.